Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today I'm doing some T2 solo Abyss in the Retribution, and I wanted to talk to you guys about a topic actually. It's about setting goals in EVE Online, because in EVE Online I think it's really important to have goals to make the game fun. That's something at least I have been doing a lot. You've been seeing the recent videos I've been posting with like all the Marauder and that kind of stuff. It's been very good to keep me motivated to play the game. Like, it's got something to work towards, and I think that is something that most players in EVE Online ought to have. It doesn't have to be to buy something, it could be to achieve something as well. For example, one of my goals, I've got many goals. One of the goals I've got is that I'm able to fly this Retribution really well in the Abyss. So I mean, I'm okay at this flying this Retribution, but I can definitely be better, and that is why I want to keep doing these abyssal runs. You can see here I'm getting a bit neutered out. You know, I should have been keeping a bit further away. I should have kept a bit further away, do a bit more social distancing from these Damaviks, making me turn one arm repair off to use a bit less cap. Okay, but what I'm trying to say is that it's important to have good goals, because it can help a lot with keeping you motivated. Like another one was to get a rattlesnake at one point. I really wanted to be able to fly a rattlesnake, like get this one for invasions. Remember, I used a rattlesnake a lot for invasions. Another one is to get a good abyssal running ship. This is then what many people will also do is have maybe like PvP goals. I'm more of the PvE type of player, so it doesn't really apply much to me. But you know, another one is that I also want to make a lot of these explanation videos of stuff I've found in EVE Online. To be able to do that, that's like maybe a goal that's not directly to do in the game, but it's at least something that is related to EVE, so it kind of keeps me glued to the game. In fact, of making YouTube videos about EVE Online kind of it encourages me to do more things that I could show you guys. So that is also a thing. So as you probably noticed right now, it was a bit hard for me to make very big sentences, because I got wrecked really hard there, but I pulled through. This Retribution is damn powerful. You know, something I'll notice is you know, these starving Leshak waves. I've actually encountered them quite a few times, and they are sometimes a bit of a problem with the Retribution, because they have got nukes so strong. They will just nuke the whole capacitor in one go, just like from 100% to boop, 0, just like that. That is pretty scary. Retri does not like that. Oh no, don't take my capacitor, Leshaks. But the thing is, those Leshaks, their neuting, how do you say, frequency of their newts is very long. I always a very long time in between neuting cycles, because we're in the electrical side, and because also that when you are facing those Leshaks, if you go in and orbit really close, you won't really have to armor repair so much. You'll be able to speed tank a lot. Even if you do get like neuted from 100% to 0, you will still be able to get the capacitor up very quickly and still be able to do vital functions such as repairing a bit, continuously shooting, because you've got like so high recharge rate that it doesn't really matter if you just get completely neutered. It'll just go back, it'll just go whoop, and then back up, whoop. So it's not actually as scary as I did think. So what this is a bit of like a story what happened once when I was, so since I'm now trying to get good at the Retribution, become very good at it. I mean, I've done a lot of runs in it, but I want to become like a pro at this, the same way I'm a pro at the Gila, in my opinion. One run I was facing the starving Leshaks, and then I was thinking like, oh, okay, I'm going to use Aurora, keep it long range, because newts, you know, newts are more powerful when they are a lot closer. So I was thinking, okay, then obviously I want to stay far away from the newts. But the thing is, they're still, the starving Leshaks, they have a very long range on their newts. They obviously are stronger close range, but compared to like starving Vedmak, starving Damaviks, they've got a lot longer range, so it's a lot harder to kite the distance. In the Gila, which has like a 70-kilometer a drone optimal range, it's very easy. I can just stay out of that 70, like say 70 kilometers, have a drones destroy the starving Leshaks. That is no problem. I can easily kite the neuting. But when it comes to the Retribution, I don't have that 70-kilometer range. So, but the thing is, at 40 kilometers at Aurora range, I wasn't able to withstand the newts. I was still getting neuted out just as much as I was when I was getting a point blank. Like, my capacitor was still just insta-blapped. So what I thought was then, okay, maybe I can just orbit, because if my capacitor is getting insta-nuked, may as well just go really close. So that was a very interesting thing I found. That it may seem counterintuitive to go and orbit the starving Leshaks at 0 because, you know, you're going to be neutered out very strongly, but it's so strong that it doesn't really make a difference, and you're going to do more damage up close, so you'll be taking the newts off quicker, and also it'll be easier for you to speed tank them. So that's like things I'm learning. That's the things when it comes to goals. And a goal I had a long time ago was that I wanted to get 6,000 plex, I think it was. That was like in June of 2020. That was a really big goal that I was so happy to get, because the thing with that goal is that I was able to, by getting that plex, I was able to have my account subscribed long enough to be able to train all the skills or I particularly want to train. Like my goal, my big goal is to have, like, this is the thing also, you gotta have small goals and you gotta have big goals, because my big goal, you could say, with my character is quite basic, and probably people will think like, oh, what kind of goal is that? That's no goal. That's just you don't have to do anything to achieve that. It's basically to be able to be almost perfect or very good at sub-capped piloting. So I want to be able to train up all the battleships to level 5, all the battle cruisers level 5, you know, all that kind of stuff. The stuff that when it comes to sub-capitals, I'm not too interested in the capital ships, so that's why I want to, because I do a lot of stuff in high sec, as you guys know, so I want to be able to fly all the subcaps that are able to be flown in high sec and really well as well. Not only be able to fly them, but also fly them really well. And I looked in this Eve skill planner that I was able to, you know, do that if I bought 6,000 plex. A special offer of plex to Omega, then I was able to get enough training to be able to train all those skills. So that's why I accomplished that. It was really nice. And then now on the way now is that now that I've got that 6,000 plex, I've basically completed that goal in getting that, but I've still not like trained those skills yet. Now I've got different goals, like to buy certain ships as the Paladin and Rattlesnake, as I told you before as well. And then also sometimes skill books, you know, the skill books are needed to buy a lot of these expensive skills. Then, you know, sometimes I buy a skill injector as well. I've not bought a whole lot of them, but there are some skills that actually are quite useful to inject, like that I've got banned attributes for. And then, as I said before, the goal that I'm doing right at this moment, this is like one of my kind of short-term goals, is to become good at flying this Retribution in the Abyss. Just like I can fly the Gila very proficiently, I want to be able to do this very well, because the goal for this Retribution right here is not just to become good at it, it's to be able to consistently do duo T4 abysses, because this Retribution is a very good fit. Ibai Tijori is the guy who made this, and he is really got a lot of confidence in this fit, and I also do too, because it's so resilient. It can speed tank well, does a lot of damage, can kite really well, got really good range. Everything else, in my opinion, is good about this, and on top of that, it's got a really good price tag of only like I think it's 70 mil. So this is able to actually technically do duo T5s. Not consistently. It is able to consistently do trio T5s, but it can consistently, according to Ibai, doing duo T4s. I'm not able to do that though. If I do T4s with a friend, I will probably die to bad spawns, and I want to be able to be good at that. So what I'm trying to do right now is just in general be very proficient with this. Then after that, I'll be practicing with like a friend, be able to be like good at that. Then we'll be able to do duo T4s, because the ISK you will get from duo T4s is just so good. 3 times the amount of T4 loot. That's more than T5 loot. Between T4 and T5 loot, oof, that'll just be so good. That'll be, I mean, obviously not as good as T5, but using a ship that's only worth 69 million, as you can see here, that is something I really would rather do than using a 3 billion ISK. Even if it gives a bit less, I still think that'll be really good. The only thing is that requires a person, so obviously not the best solo activity, but it will still be a very fun co-op activity. So that's at least that's like a concrete. It's also very important, like in Eve, to make very concrete goals. So you know, I said that, you know, you can be good at doing this, flying in this Retribution in the Abyss. Okay, that's like a kind of general broad thing. It helps a lot to make it like very concrete. So what I want to do is I want to consistently do T4 duos in a Retribution. So it's like, okay, you got that in front of you, because it helps a lot to really like make concrete goals. It's just the thing I actually do in general do in life as well. I have, when I plan out my day, I have, okay, I'm gonna do this. You can kind of do the same thing in EVE Online as well. That, okay, I'm going to do this over these course of these few months. It really helps a lot, actually. It makes the gun makes me want to play the game as well. It makes me not, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this goal. And it's also important to not not try hard too much. Okay, don't try hard too much, guys. Don't burn yourself out, because I know that there's myself included, I wanted to get like a Plex as an alpha clone, and I mean that was a good goal, and I actually was able to do that eventually a long time ago. But it was at first I was thinking like, oh, I'm gonna be just out Plex myself directly, and that was a bit too much grind, and it kind of burnt myself out a bit. It made the game not fun. So don't put too high goals. Put realistic goals, but have also a bit of like the dreams. You have to have the dreams, and you have to have like the small ones for today. And now I'm taking a bit of abyssal depth damage, I think. It's good that there was no yeet clouds here, because otherwise I would have died straight away. I would have been just thrown out. Can you please go back? Retribution, turn please. Stop being like a slug. I think it really looks really cool though, with the Purity of the Throne skin. White skin, I think it looks really good. Like, just certain ships, they look good in certain skins. The Purifier, I think, looks really good in the Cold Iron skin, and it has a lot to do with its role as well, because the Purifier is a stealth bomber, so it's going to be like a kind of like a, you know, stealthy, dark, mysterious sort of ship. But this Retribution is kind of like a front line, well, not front line maybe, but you know, it's a fighter out in the open. It's not supposed to be really sneaky. At least as much as the Purifier is, and and I just in general think the white for some reason looks a lot better on this than the black, so that's why I've got it. I think this skin looks really good, in fact better than the actually the exoplanets, well, not the exoplanets, the Project Discovery one. That is a skin I thought used to look better, but actually I've changed my mind. I think the Purity of the Throne skin looks better on this one. And that was also, you know, that could also be a goal of yours, to get certain skins. They are very expensive sometimes. You know, that EOM skin for my Paladin, oof, crazy amounts of ISK I had to spend there. But in my opinion, it was worth it, because that skin is going to last with me forever. I can be ganked as many times as I want. I'm still going to be able to have that skin. And even though it was 1.9 billion, I don't regret it. I still think it was a good idea to get it. And in fact, I can imagine if I had not get it and then the price goes up even more, I would have probably been angry. But it makes me a bit annoyed that I didn't buy it at the time of getting that skin when it was in the store. It cost a lot less. It cost like 100 plex, 110 plex. That was maybe like 300-400 million ISK to 1.9 bill. That was a big change right there. I wish I had got it then, but at the time when that was in the store, I didn't have the money to spend on that skin anyway. I was a lot much of a noob there, so that was why I didn't. But it still really is like, oh, I wish I had got that skin at the time. So you have to always just be, you know, you don't want to be too harsh on yourself. So that's it. I talked a little bit about goals there, and I think why it's really good. This keeps you locked into the game, gives you stuff to do, makes you look forward to play the game again. So my goals, I've gone through them. You know, right now I'm trying to get this Retribution to be able to fly well, to be able to do the duo T4 abysses. I want to, there are lots of things you've seen before, that Paladin, the Paladin skin, etc. Been also previous goals. It's also good to set up realistic goals that you can actually get, not completely crazy ones to get yourself burned out. Hope you guys enjoyed this little video right here. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.